Okay, it's December 12th, 2016. My name is Miss Trucker Chick 1812. A little bit about myself. I'm 34. I have 2 kids I love very dear, and I have a son that passed away. Of course, I have 3, 2 living and 1 deceased. I am from Arcadia, Florida. Woohoo, Arcadia, K-Town. My name is Jennifer, and I am doing a YouTube video to tell you a little bit about this trucking company I work for. I just currently received my CDL Class A license last Friday, which was, I think, the 9th of December 2016. Yay for me. I went to school at Bainbridge State College in Bainbridge, Georgia. And of course, I had a lot of challenges being the only female in the class. I had to take my driving part of it, back in maneuver. I actually got to the test 3 times because I kept failing alley docking, which was a challenge. And every time I had to get the same thing I pulled out of the hat, I received the same thing, alley docking. But lo and behold, I passed, and I think I am like a pro at alley docking because I was able to get one-on-one with my instructors that actually help with the alley docking process. Yes, I've been in prison before. I actually did 40 months in prison at Gaston Correctional Facility. I also been in prison in Laurel. I've been in prison only 1 time. So I actually started school in October 2016, and I was looking for jobs, and I went to a lot of different companies, Snyder, CRS, T, Warner. I mean, you name it, I applied, I called, and I got to the point where I would call a recruiter, and the first question I would say, do you hire convicted felons? If so, when, and how long do they have to wait until they're able to apply for it with no experience? Of course, they all said the same thing. 7 years, 9 years. A few was like 5 years, but I didn't get discouraged. And then somebody told me to try Trans Am. So I called Trans Am, and the lady was like, yes, long as you've been out of prison for a year and no longer on probation or parole for 1 year and never been in trouble and have a clean MVR. Hey, that was me. I've been out of prison a year. I got out October 24, 2015. Here it is, October 2016. I'm currently in school. And then somebody else was telling me, oh, you shouldn't start with Trans Am. You should get another offer. I was like, nobody else will hire. And then somebody's like, try Carolina Cargo. So I called Carolina Cargo, spoke with the recruiter. She was pretty nice. I mean, it was like 4:35 o'clock. She was kind of brief with me because she was getting off work and she was taking the guys back to the hotel. So she was really like kind of brief with me, but I can understand. I mean, you work from 8 to 5. You want to get your me time. But I didn't get discouraged despite the fact that she was very short, because I was kind of still interested in what this company is, and that they're willing to give me a chance as a convicted felon. And I just always thought about every time I was turned down, I was like, well, maybe I couldn't get another job offer. I called back the next day and spoke with her, and she gave me a little bit more information about Carolina Cargo. So now here it is. I have 2 job offers. I have one with Trans Am, and I also have one with Carolina Trucking. Lo and behold, I'm here with Carolina Trucking. I chose Carolina Trucking. I chose Carolina Trucking because every time I called Trans Am, they never delivered my messages. They didn't know who I was, and every time I spoke with a different recruiter instead of my recruiter, and my recruiter was always busy. But Carolina Trucking has this one lady that's the same recruiter you speak with at all times, and she's very familiar. She gets to know you. She talks one-on-one with you. She built her own rapport about you. So she knows your voice. I'm in with Carolina Cargo. I'm in Motel 6, and this was the first day of orientation. I came here last night. I drove up here. I drove my personal vehicle up here, and I actually checked in the hotel. They already had my name and everything already on the list. So it's about 15 people in orientation. I am one of the 15, which is the only female, which I'm used to because it's women in trucking, but it's just hard to run into a woman trucker when you are a woman. Most likely you always run into male truckers instead of female truckers. First day of orientation, they pretty much made you do the application all over again. Of course, they did drug testing within an hour or two that you were there. Carolina Cargo, I think, is a great company because it gives people a chance to actually prove themselves and actually gain work experience without your background hindering you per se, but your MVR will hinder you. But your background, which was a challenge before we even got a Class A license, and now we're able to not have that as a challenge or a stumbling block for a convicted felon. And I feel like I'm very grateful that Carolina Trucking actually gives you a chance. And in the orientation, you're in the classroom, of course, and it's 15 people. They provide breakfast and lunch, and dinner you have to provide yourself. But you stay in Motel 6, a very, very nice hotel. All the rooms are in the inside of the hotel, so it's not like anybody could just walk by your room door from random people from outside. And it's in Rock Hill, South Carolina. They haven't gotten to the pay yet, but from what I hear, is so many different bonuses that they offer and incentives that they offer. And then I read somewhere in the packet was like $54 per diem, which is not even taxed, and that's money that you get every day for, I don't know, just I guess working, I guess driving trucks. But I'm new to this, so just take it as it is because I'm learning at the same time, and this is a new career field for myself, and I never really had a real job before prior to coming to Carolina Trucking. And it's an opportunity for me to gain a work experience and also prove that I am a changed individual and I can be a law-abiding citizen, and I will be. I think that's it for day 1 of Carolina Trucking, but I am going to make a day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to try to keep up with it because I would like to see how my career transpires as a trucker, and I'm going to keep you updated with everything that goes on. Tomorrow is day 2 orientation. You get $300 for just 3 days of orientation, which Trans Am was only going to pay me $200, $50 a day while I'm in training. What? No. And so I'm making like $250 a week, or $350 a week for 3 weeks. No. You get the same pay when you start with Carolina Trucking, and you get the same pay when you get out of training, if more. And plus you get raises every 2 months. Well, I don't know the specifics, but I'm going to know more tomorrow. This is Miss Trucker Chick 1812.